Welcome to my channel USA Old Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The story of American coinage is a journey through time, artistry, and history, and one of the fascinating chapters of this story is the release of the Washington quarter dollar for the state-themed America the Beautiful program. Among the notable coins in this series is the Lowell 2019 Washington quarter, a piece that carries far more than just monetary value. It represents a powerful reflection of American culture, industry, and heritage, all struck into the small but mighty surface of a quarter. When collectors and history lovers look at the Lowell 2019 quarter, they are not simply seeing 25 cents. They are gazing at a reminder of how America's industrial past shaped the society we live in today. It is a coin that celebrates the city of Lowell in Massachusetts, often remembered as the cradle of the American Industrial Revolution. This makes the coin a treasure, not only for its rarity in certain conditions but also for the story it brings to life. The Lowell quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. This program featured designs that showcased national parks, landmarks, and historically important sites across the country. The 2019 Lowell quarter was one of the early releases of that year, and it immediately caught the attention of collectors for its striking design and historical resonance. The heart of the Lowell quarter's design is the depiction of a mill girl, one of the young women who worked in textile mills during the 19th century. She is shown at a power loom, with the iconic but mill clock tower and a smokestack rising in the background. This image is both beautiful and symbolic. It speaks of hard work, transformation, and the pivotal role women played in shaping industrial America. The mill girls of Lowell were part of a workforce that changed American society. These women came from farms and rural communities, seeking wages, independence, and a new way of life. The Lowell coin design gives honor to their contribution, ensuring that their legacy is not forgotten. Every detail of the quarter is infused with meaning, reminding us that a simple coin can become a canvas of history. Collectors quickly noticed how well the design translates into the coin's metal surface. The folds of the worker's dress, the detailed loom machinery, and the brick mill in the distance stand out crisply under magnification. This level of craftsmanship makes the Lowell quarter not only a tool of commerce but also a miniature work of art. When released, the Lowell quarter entered circulation just like any other 25-cent coin. However, coin enthusiasts knew that certain minting qualities and rare conditions would make some examples highly valuable. This is where the world of numismatics becomes exciting. A coin that looks ordinary to most people can hold extraordinary worth to a trained eye. The Lowell quarter was struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While millions were produced, only a fraction of them exist today in pristine, flawless condition. It is these examples, graded at the highest levels by professional coin grading services, that can command incredible sums at auctions. Errors also add another layer of intrigue to the Lowell quarter. Misstrikes, double dies, and other minting anomalies can drastically increase the coin's rarity. Collectors who search through rolls of quarters sometimes dream of uncovering such treasures, and in rare cases, their patience is rewarded with a discovery worth thousands. Beyond its financial value, the Lowell quarter serves as a teaching tool. It encourages people to learn about the early textile industry, the life of mill girls, and the technological advances of the 1800s. Holding the coin is like holding a tangible reminder of the struggles and aspirations of an earlier America. For new collectors, the Lowell quarter can be an exciting entry point into the hobby of coin collecting. It combines modern minting quality with a historical theme, and it is widely accessible. At the same time, for experienced numismatists, rare high-grade examples of this coin are prized additions to serious collections. One fascinating aspect of the Lowell coin is how it connects local history with national recognition. The city of Lowell, Massachusetts, may not be widely known to everyone, but through this quarter, millions of Americans encounter its story. It is an example of how coins can highlight places and people that shaped the nation. Over time, the 2019 Lowell quarter has gained attention not just among coin collectors but also among educators and historians. Teachers often use it to introduce students to the Industrial Revolution in America, showing them how innovation and human labor changed the country forever. Another appealing feature of the Lowell quarter is its place within a larger set. Many collectors aim to complete the entire America the Beautiful series, which means the Lowell coin is an essential piece in a long-term collection. Its unique design and story make it a standout among the 56 coins in the series. Some of the most sought-after examples of the Lowell quarter are those preserved in special mint sets or proof sets. Proof coins, with their mirror-like finish and sharp details, highlight the artistry of the design even more vividly than regular circulation coins. These coins are cherished for their beauty and their scarcity. The demand for Lowell quarters in superb condition has grown steadily over time. Auction houses have recorded impressive prices for coins with flawless surfaces, sharp strikes, and certified top grades. It is these coins that transform from pocket change into treasures. For the average person, the thought of finding a valuable coin in their pocket change may sound like a fantasy. But coin collecting has always been about the thrill of discovery. People who carefully check their quarters today could stumble across a Lowell coin in unexpectedly high condition. Tea is not just about money, it is about the joy of uncovering a small piece of history. That moment of realization, when someone identifies a rare Lowell quarter in their possession, is unforgettable. It connects the finder to both history and the exciting world of numismatics. The design also sparks conversations about women's roles in history. Too often, women's contributions have been overlooked, but the Lowell quarter places them at the center of the story. By honoring the mill girls, the coin helps to correct that imbalance and remind us of their enduring impact. When we consider why collectors value the Lowell quarter, it becomes clear that it is not only the coin's physical rarity but also the story it carries. Value in numismatics is always a blend of tangible and intangible qualities: the beauty of the design, the scarcity of the coin, and the significance of its subject matter. The Lowell quarter invites us to think about how far America has come since the early days of industrialization. The factories of Lowell represent both progress and hardship, a reminder of the challenges workers faced as the nation transformed. Capturing all of that in a single quarter is a remarkable achievement. For serious collectors, the journey to acquire a Lowell quarter in its finest form can be long and challenging. Yet, the reward of holding such a coin is immense. It is not simply a piece of currency, it is a preserved fragment of American memory. This coin also serves as a reminder of why coin collecting remains one of the most popular hobbies in the world. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story carries as much weight as the financial value. The Lowell quarter is proof of this truth. When auctioneers announce the sale of a rare Lowell quarter, the excitement among collectors is palpable. Bids rise, competition intensifies, and eventually one fortunate individual secures the coin. That moment highlights just how much passion exists for these small but powerful pieces of metal. For viewers who are just beginning their coin collecting journey, the Lowell quarter is a perfect example of why you should always check your change carefully. You never know when an unassuming coin might actually be a hidden treasure. The 2019 Lowell Washington quarter teaches us that history, art, and value can all come together in a single coin. It stands as a tribute to workers of the past, an object of beauty in the present, and a source of excitement for the future. And while most examples of the Lowell quarter may only be worth face value, the rarest, most pristine, and most extraordinary pieces can command astonishing sums. In fact, a Lowell quarter in the highest collectible condition has been valued at $28,000. Top 2. The world of coin collecting is filled with treasures that tell stories of American history, artistry, and culture. Among the many coins released in the 50-state quarters program, the Nevada 2006 Washington quarter holds a very special place. It is a coin that not only captures the beauty and spirit of Nevada but also has become a highly desirable piece among collectors for its design, symbolism, and in some cases, remarkable value. When this quarter was first released in 2006, it became instantly popular across the nation. Like all coins in the state series, it carried a design that represented the uniqueness of the state it honored. Millions of people began saving them, trading them, and building their own collections. But while many Nevada quarters were produced for circulation, some rare examples have become worth far more than their face value. The Nevada State Quarter features a design that celebrates the state's iconic wild mustangs, which are shown galloping freely across the landscape. These horses represent the spirit of freedom, independence, and strength that has long been associated with the American West. The dynamic scene makes this quarter one of the most visually striking designs in the entire series. Behind the horses, mountains rise in the background, giving a glimpse of Nevada's rugged natural beauty. Sagebrush, the official state flower, appears in the design as well, tying the coin even closer to the identity of the Silver State. Together, these elements create a coin that is both artistic and deeply symbolic. The state motto, the Silver State, is also included on the coin. This phrase highlights Nevada's rich mining history, which played a crucial role in the development of the state during the 19th century. By combining natural imagery with historical significance, the coin perfectly captures Nevada's story. Collectors were immediately drawn to the energy of this design. The flowing manes of the mustangs, the crisp outlines of the mountains, and the fine details of the sagebrush gave the quarter a sense of life and motion. This level of artistry is one of the reasons why the Nevada quarter has remained so appealing over the years. The Nevada quarter was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with additional proof coins produced at San Francisco. While tens of millions entered circulation, not all coins were struck equally. Variations in strike quality, condition, and handling have made certain examples far rarer than others. One of the reasons collectors value the Nevada quarter so highly is the potential for errors and unusual varieties. Some coins show doubling in the design, others display misalignments, and a handful have been discovered with dramatic minting mistakes that transform an ordinary coin into a rare gem. In addition to error coins, condition plays a major role in determining the value of the Nevada quarter. Coins that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition, with no scratches or wear, are far more desirable to collectors. These coins are often graded by professional services, and the highest grades can command extraordinary prices. Proof versions of the Nevada quarter are especially admired. Struck with a mirror-like finish and enhanced detail, these coins were never meant for circulation. Instead, they were sold directly to collectors in special sets. A flawless proof coin can be breathtaking to examine under magnification, with every detail of the mustangs and mountains standing out sharply. The story of the Nevada quarter is not just about its physical design, it is about what it represents. Nevada has long been associated with the spirit of the frontier, the lure of silver and gold mining, and the wide open spaces where wild mustangs still roam. By placing these images on the quarter, the U.S. Mint gave everyone a chance to hold a piece of that spirit in their hands. For many people, collecting state quarters was their first introduction to numismatics. The Nevada coin, with its bold and lively design, inspired countless individuals to take a closer look at the change in their pockets. It showed that coins could be more than currency, they could be miniature works of art and history lessons all in one. Over the years, the Nevada quarter has also become a reminder of the excitement that surrounded the 50 State Quarters program. This initiative, which ran from 1999 to 2008, was one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history. It got millions of Americans interested in coins, and the Nevada design was among the favorites. Collectors today still search through rolls of quarters, hoping to find a pristine Nevada coin or even a rare error variety. That thrill of discovery keeps the hobby alive and makes coins like the Nevada quarter so exciting to study and collect. Auction records have shown that rare Nevada quarters in perfect condition can fetch thousands of dollars. The combination of scarcity, demand, and beauty drives their value upward, especially as more people complete their state quarter sets and look for the finest examples. Another aspect of the Nevada quarter that excites collectors is its tie to American wildlife. The wild mustangs are not only a symbol of Nevada but also a symbol of the American spirit. By honoring these animals on the coin, the Mint ensured that the design would resonate with people far beyond the state's borders. The the Nevada quarter also sparks interest in the state's mining history. Known as the Silver State, Nevada played a pivotal role in providing precious metals during key moments in American history. The inclusion of the state motto reminds us of that rich heritage, and it adds depth to the design's meaning. While many Nevada quarters remain in circulation today, most are worn from years of use. Finding one in high-grade condition is increasingly difficult, which is why collectors prize those rare coins that look just as they did the day they left the mint. The combination of high mintage numbers and select rarity creates an interesting situation. On one hand, the Nevada quarter is common, and anyone can find one. On the other hand, finding one that is perfect, or one with a dramatic error, can make the coin incredibly valuable. This contrast is part of what makes the Nevada quarter so fascinating. It is both ordinary and extraordinary at the same time. For some, it is just loose change, but for others, it is a prized collectible worth thousands of dollars. The artistry of the Nevada design also contributes to its popularity. Many collectors consider it one of the most beautiful state quarters, with its balance of motion, nature, and symbolism. That artistic value ensures that the coin will always be admired, regardless of its monetary worth. In the years since its release, the Nevada quarter has grown in reputation. Collectors who were children when the coin first came out now look back at it with nostalgia, while new collectors continue to discover its appeal. This intergenerational interest keeps the Nevada quarter relevant. The coin also serves as a teaching tool. Teachers and parents use it to introduce young people to the history of Nevada, the story of the Mustangs, and the concept of coin collecting. In this way, the quarter continues to inspire curiosity and learning. As more time passes, high-grade examples of the Nevada quarter will only become scarcer. Coins in circulation will continue to wear down, leaving fewer and fewer untouched specimens. This scarcity will likely make the finest examples even more valuable to collectors. For serious collectors, owning a top-graded Nevada quarter is a way to celebrate both the beauty of the coin and the history it represents. It is a symbol of the wild spirit of the West and the enduring allure of American coinage. For casual collectors, even finding a Nevada quarter in everyday change is a small thrill. It is a reminder that hidden treasures can appear in the most unexpected places. That sense of possibility is part of what makes coin collecting such a rewarding hobby. The Nevada 2006 Washington quarter is more than a piece of metal. It is a snapshot of American culture, a tribute to a state's heritage, and a collectible that bridges the gap between ordinary and extraordinary. Its story is one that will continue to captivate collectors for generations to come, and for those fortunate enough to hold one of the rarest and finest examples of the Nevada quarter, its value can reach astonishing heights. In fact, some of the most exceptional Nevada quarters have been valued at $83,000. Top 3. The world of coin collecting is a universe filled with stories, history, and treasures hiding in plain sight. One of the coins that continues to fascinate collectors and history lovers alike is the 2018 Washington quarter honoring Block Island. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, and it captures a unique piece of American heritage while holding the potential for surprising value in rare conditions. When the Block Island quarter was first released, it stood out for its breathtaking design and the history it represented. Unlike some quarters that focus on industrial or political themes, this coin is deeply tied to nature and conservation. It shows us how a small island off the coast of Rhode Island earned a permanent place on United States coinage. Block Island National Wildlife Refuge is the subject of the coin's design, and it is a place that embodies tranquility, natural beauty, and wildlife protection. Established in the 1970s, the refuge protects critical habitats for migratory birds, making it one of the most important ecological sites in New England. This background gave the U.S. Mint the opportunity to craft a coin that combines artistry with environmental significance. The reverse design of the Block Island quarter features a striking black-crowned night heron in flight. With its wings spread gracefully, the bird soars over the beach and ocean waters of the island. In the distance, you can see the northern tip of Block Island itself, including the historic North Lighthouse. The design captures both motion and stillness, creating a peaceful yet powerful image. Collectors were quick to appreciate how this design translated into metal. The details of the bird's feathers, the texture of the waves, and the delicate rendering of the lighthouse make the Block Island quarter a true work of miniature art. It is a coin that feels alive, almost as though the bird could lift off from its surface at any moment. What makes this quarter even more special is the message it carries. It reminds us of the importance of preserving natural habitats and respecting the delicate balance of ecosystems. The Block Island quarter is not just a coin, it is a reminder that the beauty of nature is worth protecting for future generations. The America the Beautiful series as a whole was designed to showcase the richness of the nation's landscapes, parks, and historic sites. The Block Island coin is one of the shining examples of this mission. Released in 2018, it instantly became a favorite for both collectors and casual enthusiasts who admired its elegance. Like all quarters in the series, the Block Island coin was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Regular circulation coins went into the pockets of everyday Americans, while proof and special collector versions were carefully struck for numismatists. The difference in finish and quality between these versions adds another layer of excitement for collectors. Some Block Island quarters, especially those struck in proof or silver-proof formats, display the design with exceptional clarity. The contrast between the mirrored fields and frosted designs brings the bird and lighthouse to life in a dramatic way. These coins are highly sought after in perfect grades. Error varieties add another fascinating dimension to the Block Island quarter. As with many modern issues, misstrikes, doubling, and other minting mistakes are rare but possible. These errors transform an ordinary 25-cent piece into a valuable rarity, sparking the curiosity of coin hunters nationwide. Condition is another factor that determines the value of the Block Island quarter. Coins fresh from mint rolls or sets often appear sharp and flawless, while those that have circulated show scratches and wear. For serious collectors, only coins graded at the highest levels are considered treasures. The Block Island design also connects strongly with Rhode Island's maritime history. The North Lighthouse, first constructed in the 1800s, has guided sailors safely along the coast for generations. By including this landmark in the coin's design, the mint paid tribute to the human connection with the sea, alongside the natural beauty of the island. For many people, the Block Island quarter was their introduction to the island itself. Some had never heard of this quiet refuge until they saw it on the reverse of a quarter. This shows how coins can serve as ambassadors of history and geography, sparking curiosity about places across the country. The night heron featured on the coin is also symbolic. Known for its elegance and nocturnal habits, this bird represents resilience and adaptation. Its presence on the quarter reinforces the theme of harmony between wildlife and human heritage. When the Block Island quarter entered circulation, it was met with excitement from collectors who were eager to complete their sets. Each new release of the America the Beautiful program brought fresh energy into the hobby, and the Block Island design was one of the most celebrated of 2018. Beauty of this coin is not just in its imagery, but also in its storytelling power. Every detail, the bird, the ocean, the lighthouse, works together to tell a story of balance between land, sea, and sky. That is why it resonates so strongly with those who appreciate both nature and art. Over the years, the Block Island quarter has continued to grow in popularity. Auction records have shown strong interest in high-grade examples, and collectors who specialize in the America the Beautiful series often place a premium on flawless Block Island coins. Proof versions, particularly the silver-proof strikes, hold a special allure. Their deep mirrors and sharp details give them a glow that ordinary coins cannot match. These are the examples that collectors proudly display in their collections. The Block Island quarter is also a reminder of how modern coins can achieve lasting significance. While it is a relatively recent release, its design and theme have ensured it will remain relevant and desirable for decades to come. For those who casually collect quarters, finding a Block Island coin in pocket change can feel like a small victory. It is a reminder that history and beauty can sometimes appear in the most ordinary places, like the change you receive at a store. The artistry of the Block Island quarter also ensures it will always have a place in discussions about the finest modern U.S. coin designs. Its graceful imagery sets it apart, making it one of the standout pieces in the America the Beautiful series. For educators and parents, the coin offers a unique way to teach children about wildlife conservation, Rhode Island history, and the importance of protecting natural habitats. It turns an everyday object into a learning tool, blending art with education. As time passes, the Block Island quarter will only become harder to find in pristine condition. Circulating examples will continue to wear, while perfect specimens will become increasingly scarce. This scarcity adds to the coin's allure. Collectors who specialize in nature-themed coins are particularly drawn to this design. It fits into a larger narrative of wildlife conservation and environmental respect, themes that resonate strongly in today's world. The Block Island quarter is proof that coins can be more than just money. They can inspire, educate, and preserve memories of the places and values we hold dear. This is why so many collectors treasure it, even though the coin entered circulation as just another quarter. The rarest and finest examples have reached astonishing values in the numismatic market. These pieces represent the perfect blend of rarity, beauty, and cultural meaning. The Block Island Washington quarter from 2018 is a coin that symbolizes harmony between humanity and nature, while also standing as a collectible treasure for those lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition, and for those who discover the rarest and most pristine examples. The value can rise to extraordinary levels. In fact, some Block Island quarters have been valued at $21,000. Top 4. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and every coin tells a story that goes far beyond its face value. One coin that perfectly captures the blend of history, artistry, and collectability is the Washington Quarter Dollar from 2016, featuring Cumberland Gap. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, and it holds a place of pride in both U.S. history and modern numismatics. When this quarter was first released, it immediately drew attention for its striking design and its tribute to one of America's most important gateways. Cumberland Gap is often called the first doorway to the West, and it played a critical role in the expansion of the early United States. To have such a historic passage commemorated on a coin gave collectors and history enthusiasts a reason to celebrate. The America the Beautiful Quarters program began in 2010 and continued through 2021, highlighting national parks, monuments, and historic sites. The 2016 Cumberland Gap coin was among the standout issues, honoring a site located in Kentucky that changed the course of American migration. Cumberland Gap is a natural pass through the Appalachian Mountains. For centuries, it was used by Native Americans, and later it became the pathway for settlers moving westward in the 18th and 19th centuries. Its importance in connecting the East to the fertile lands beyond made it a symbol of opportunity and freedom. The reverse design of the Cumberland Gap quarter shows a frontiersman, rifle resting on his shoulder, looking out across the mountains. Above him are the words "First Doorway to the West," a phrase that captures the spirit of adventure and discovery that defined America's early years. It is one of the most meaningful inscriptions of the entire program. Collectors and historians alike praised the artistry of this design. The frontiersman's detailed clothing, the strong posture, and the sweeping view behind him all come together to create a coin that feels alive with history. It is a tribute to the courage and determination of the men and women who risked everything to move into unknown territory. The obverse of the coin, as with all quarters in the series, features the familiar portrait of George Washington. This continuity connects modern designs with the long-standing tradition of the Washington quarter, first issued in 1932. Together, the two sides tell a story of leadership, exploration, and progress. When the Cumberland Gap quarter entered circulation, millions of Americans encountered it in their everyday change. For most, it was simply another quarter. But for collectors, it was an opportunity to add a piece of history to their collections. And for those lucky enough to find rare variations or pristine examples, the coin became far more valuable. Like other America the Beautiful quarters, the Cumberland Gap issue was struck at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Standard circulation strikes are common, but proof and silver proof coins from San Francisco stand out for their beauty and limited mintage. These collector-focused issues highlight the design with mirror-like fields and frosted details. Error coins also exist, adding excitement to the Cumberland Gap quarter. Misstrikes, off-center strikes, and double dies can make ordinary coins extremely valuable. Such errors are always rare, but when they occur on a coin with such historic significance, collectors take notice immediately. Condition is another major factor that determines the value of a Cumberland Gap quarter. Coins that remain untouched, free of scratches, and graded at the highest levels are worth far more than those that have passed through thousands of hands. Flawless examples are especially prized. The symbolism of the frontiersman looking westward continues to resonate with collectors. It reminds us of the bravery of pioneers, the struggles of settlers, and the opportunities that shaped the American dream. This design captures not just a place, but also the spirit of an era. For Kentucky, the coin became a source of pride. It highlighted a landmark that has deep meaning for the state's identity and history. Through this quarter, millions of people across the nation learned about Cumberland Gap. Even if they had never visited it, the quarter also carries educational value. Teachers and parents often use it to explain westward expansion, the Appalachian frontier, and the challenges faced by settlers. A simple coin becomes a doorway into understanding American history. The Cumberland Gap quarter has also become a favorite for collectors trying to complete the Full America the Beautiful series. Its powerful imagery makes it a standout, and no complete set is truly finished without it. This ensures strong demand for the coin in high-grade condition. Proof versions of the coin in silver are particularly breathtaking. The combination of deep mirrors, frosted designs, and fine details make the frontiersman stand out dramatically. These are the coins that collectors keep in their prized cases. Even in everyday circulation, the Cumberland Gap coin catches the eye. Its unique design makes it easy to spot among other quarters, sparking curiosity in those who see it for the first time. That curiosity often leads people into the world of coin collecting. Auction records have shown strong results for high-grade Cumberland Gap quarters. Collectors are willing to pay significant sums for coins that are not only beautiful but also flawless examples of modern minting. The story of this coin goes beyond dollars and cents. It connects us to the broader journey of America, the movement of people, the shaping of states, and the courage it took to explore new horizons. That connection gives the coin a lasting cultural and historical value. For casual collectors, finding a Cumberland Gap quarter in pocket change is a small thrill. For serious numismatists, acquiring a top-graded example is a meaningful achievement. This range of appeal ensures that the coin will always be relevant in the hobby. The design also highlights the importance of the natural world. Cumberland Gap is not just a historic site, it is a preserved national park today, offering breathtaking scenery and a reminder of the land's enduring beauty. The coin captures that sense of timelessness. As more time passes, finding untouched examples of the Cumberland Gap quarter will become more difficult. Circulating coins will wear down, leaving fewer pristine specimens available to collectors. This scarcity will only enhance the coin's appeal. The Cumberland Gap quarter demonstrates how modern coinage can still inspire wonder. It is a recent coin, yet it already holds a place of honor among collectors. Its design and message ensure it will never fade into obscurity. The story it tells is one of opportunity. For settlers, the Gap was a literal doorway to a new life. For collectors today, it is a doorway into the excitement of numismatics, where history and treasure come together in the palm of your hand. This coin is proof that even in the 21st century, coins remain powerful tools of storytelling. They preserve memory, inspire learning, and remind us of the values that shaped the nation. The Cumberland Gap quarter is a shining example of this tradition. Whether discovered in circulation, purchased in a proof set, or acquired at auction, the coin continues to fascinate. Its combination of artistry, symbolism, and rarity makes it one of the most memorable quarters of the America the Beautiful program. And while many Cumberland Gap quarters remain just 25 cents, the rarest and most pristine examples have been known to reach values far beyond ordinary change. Some of these extraordinary specimens have been valued at $19,000. Top 5. The story of American coinage is filled with artistry, symbolism, and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Among the coins from the 50 State Quarters program, the 2001 Rhode Island Washington quarter stands out as a shining tribute to maritime tradition and state pride. It is not only a piece of currency but also a miniature canvas carrying the legacy of the ocean state. when the Rhode Island Quarter was released in 2001, it instantly caught the attention of millions of collectors and everyday people. Its graceful nautical design and deep ties to state identity made it one of the most admired coins in the entire program. For Rhode Island, the smallest U.S. state, this coin became a big symbol of history, culture, and beauty. The reverse design of the Rhode Island Quarter highlights a vintage sailboat gliding gracefully across Narragansett Bay. This imagery was carefully chosen to represent the state's strong maritime heritage and love for sailing. Rhode Island is home to some of the oldest yacht clubs in America, and sailing is deeply woven into its history. In the background of the design, the Pell Bridge, officially known as the Claiborne-Pell-Newport Bridge, stretches across the water. The bridge is one of the most iconic landmarks in Rhode Island, linking Jamestown and Newport while serving as a modern reminder of progress and connection. Together, the sailboat and bridge unite past and present. The inscription on the quarter reads "The Ocean State," which is Rhode Island's official nickname. Despite its small size, the state boasts over 400 miles of coastline, making the ocean central to its culture and economy. The quarter captures this beautifully in its design. Collectors quickly fell in love with how the details translated into coin form. The curve of the sail, the ripples in the water, and the elegant bridge lines make the Rhode Island Quarter feel alive with motion and balance. It is not just a coin, it is a work of art. The obverse of the quarter retains the familiar portrait of George Washington, connecting Rhode Island's local pride to the broader national story. This balance between national tradition and state identity is one of the reasons the 50 State Quarters program became so successful. Released as part of the third year of the program, the Rhode Island Quarter was among 5 state designs of 2001. Millions were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and special proof and silver proof coins were also struck at the San Francisco Mint. While most Rhode Island quarters are common, their true intrigue lies in condition and rarity. Coins that have survived without scratches, marks, or wear are far more valuable than circulated examples. High-grade specimens certified by professional grading services can command extraordinary sums. Error coins make the Rhode Island Quarter even more exciting. Certain examples show doubling in the design, while others display striking mistakes that make them highly sought after. For collectors, discovering such an error is like uncovering buried treasure. Proof versions of the Rhode Island Quarter add another layer of elegance. With mirrored backgrounds and frosted designs, proof strikes highlight every line of the sailboat and every detail of the Pell Bridge. Silver proof versions are especially admired for their luster and sharpness. The Rhode Island Quarter is more than a pretty design, it tells a story. It speaks of a state whose history is tied to the sea, whose identity comes from its relationship with water, and whose beauty continues to inspire. Every detail reflects the character of Rhode Island. For Rhode Islanders, the coin became a source of pride. To see their culture and landmarks represented on currency used across the nation was a moment of recognition and honor. The quarter gave a small state a big spotlight. For collectors, the Rhode Island Quarter represents both artistry and opportunity. While millions exist, only a select few meet the strict conditions that make them truly rare and valuable. These are the coins that stand out in auctions and collections. Auction records have shown that pristine, high-grade Rhode Island quarters can reach impressive prices. When demand is strong and the coin is flawless, bidders compete passionately, driving values higher and higher. Beyond its monetary worth, the Rhode Island Quarter is an educational piece. Teachers often use it to explain the history of Narragansett Bay, the importance of maritime trade, and the role of the Pell Bridge in modern transportation. It brings history into the classroom in a simple but powerful way. For casual collectors, finding a Rhode Island Quarter in circulation can still be a thrill. Its beautiful design catches the eye, and for many, it becomes the first coin they set aside in a collection. This widespread appeal keeps interest in the coin alive. The quarter also speaks to America's diversity. Each state quarter celebrated a unique aspect of local history, and Rhode Island chose to honor its bond with the ocean. This choice reflects the individuality of the state while contributing to the collective story of the nation. The sailboat in the design represents more than leisure, it symbolizes freedom, exploration, and progress. It reflects the same adventurous spirit that has driven Rhode Islanders for generations. From early settlers to modern sailors, the Pell Bridge is equally symbolic. As one of the state's most recognizable landmarks, it represents innovation and connection, linking communities and shaping the daily lives of Rhode Islanders. Its inclusion makes the quarter a true portrait of the state. Collectors who appreciate nautical themes find the Rhode Island quarter especially appealing. Its design ranks among the most elegant of the entire series, and its connection to maritime tradition ensures it will always be cherished. As the years pass, pristine Rhode Island quarters become harder to find. Circulating coins pick up wear, scratches, and discoloration, leaving fewer untouched examples. This natural scarcity makes uncirculated and proof coins even more valuable. The Rhode Island quarter is a reminder of how coins can connect us to both history and place. It allows people across the country to hold a piece of Rhode Island in their hands, even if they have never set foot in the state. This connection is part of the magic of the 50-state quarters program. It turned everyday currency into a nationwide history lesson and made millions of Americans into collectors. The Rhode Island quarter is a shining example of that success. Whether admired for its artistry, treasured for its rarity, or collected for its symbolism, the Rhode Island quarter continues to stand out. It represents a small state with a vast maritime legacy and a timeless story to tell. For new collectors, the Rhode Island quarter is often a gateway into the world of numismatics. For experienced collectors, it is a prize to be acquired in the finest condition possible. This wide appeal ensures it will never lose its charm, and while most Rhode Island quarters remain worth only face value, a select few in flawless condition or with rare minting errors can command astonishing sums. Some of these extraordinary examples have been valued at $96,000. Top 6. The story of American coinage is full of rich history, cultural symbols, and fascinating designs that tell the story of the nation. One such coin that beautifully captures both artistry and national pride is the 2013 Washington quarter featuring Mount Rushmore. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program and remains one of the most iconic releases in modern numismatics. When collectors first laid eyes on the Mount Rushmore quarter, it stood out immediately. Unlike many other coins that showed distant or full landmarks, this design gave a close-up view of one of the most famous American monuments. It captured not just the finished masterpiece but the hard work and effort that went into creating it. The reverse design shows Mount Rushmore National Memorial, but instead of a simple portrait of the carved faces, it gives us a striking view of workers actively carving the monument. This perspective highlights both artistry and craftsmanship, reminding us that even the grandest monuments are born from human hands and determination. In the design, you can see the carving of Thomas Jefferson's face as it was being worked on. The detail is so precise that you can almost imagine the sound of tools against stone and the dust rising from the granite cliffs. It is a tribute to the vision and labor that transformed the Black Hills into a national treasure. The Mount Rushmore National Memorial itself is one of the most recognized landmarks in America. Located in South Dakota, it features the faces of 4 presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. These men were chosen to represent the nation's founding, growth, development, and preservation. The quarter's design captures a rare behind-the-scenes moment of the memorial's creation. By focusing on the process rather than just the finished product, the coin emphasizes American ingenuity and perseverance. This unique choice is part of what makes the 2013 quarter so memorable. On the obverse, the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, first appearing on quarters in 1932. This design ties the modern coin to a long tradition while the reverse introduces a new story. Together, they create a balance between continuity and change. The America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021, honored national parks and sites across the country. Mount Rushmore was a natural choice for inclusion, as it symbolizes both American history and monumental achievement. Millions of Mount Rushmore quarters were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making them accessible to collectors nationwide. Special proof and silver proof editions were also struck at the San Francisco Mint for those who desired higher quality examples. But while the coin may seem common in circulation, its real intrigue lies in condition, rarity, and unique errors. High-grade examples in mint state condition, especially those with perfect luster and sharp details, are highly prized by collectors. Some error versions of the Mount Rushmore quarter are particularly fascinating. Examples with off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubled features can command impressive values in the coin market. Each error adds a layer of rarity to an already significant coin. Proof versions of the coin bring out the artistry even further. With mirrored fields and frosted designs, the proof strikes showcase every fine detail of Jefferson's partially completed face and the worker's tools. Collectors treasure these versions for their sharpness and beauty. What makes this quarter especially interesting is how it connects people to history. It doesn't just honor Mount Rushmore as a finished landmark, it reminds us of the incredible effort it took to make it. This perspective invites people to think about the sweat, vision, and artistry behind the monument. For South Dakota, the coin became a source of pride. It carried the image of one of its greatest attractions across the country, reminding everyone of the state's contribution to American heritage. For collectors, the Mount Rushmore quarter is both a beautiful design and a potential treasure. While many are worth face value, the rarest examples in pristine condition or with special minting errors can be worth much more. Auction houses have seen strong demand for this coin in high grades. Collectors admire the unique design and are willing to pay top dollar for coins that stand out from the rest. The Mount Rushmore quarter is also a teaching tool. Teachers and parents often use it to tell the story of the monument's creation, the symbolism of the four presidents, and the meaning behind the design choice of showing the carving process. The America the Beautiful series turned pocket change into lessons in history and geography. The Mount Rushmore quarter is a perfect example of how a coin can serve as both currency and a storytelling device. Even for casual collectors, finding one of these quarters in change can be exciting. Its design is so distinctive that it catches the eye immediately, sparking curiosity about its history and value. The Mount Rushmore quarter also represents innovation in coin design. By focusing on an unusual angle, the designers challenged expectations and offered something fresh to the collecting community. This creativity helped keep the program engaging. Collectors who specialize in national park quarters often consider the Mount Rushmore design one of the highlights of their set. Its powerful imagery and connection to American identity make it a centerpiece in any collection. The quarter also serves as a reminder of the artistry in coinage itself. Just as Mount Rushmore required skill and vision, so too does the creation of a coin that tells a story through metal and design over time. As coins continue to circulate, pristine examples become harder to find. Most quarters pick up scratches, dings, and discoloration, making untouched specimens increasingly valuable. For numismatists, the thrill lies in tracking down those elusive perfect examples. Each discovery feels like uncovering a hidden gem. Even among millions of common coins, the Mount Rushmore quarter is more than just pocket change, it is a piece of American identity. It connects the past to the present and allows us to carry history in our hands. Its message is one of perseverance, artistry, and national pride. Whether you view it as a collector, a historian, or simply someone fascinated by design, the coin continues to inspire admiration. And while most Mount Rushmore quarters may be worth no more than their face value, there are those rare examples in exceptional condition or with unique minting characteristics that can fetch extraordinary sums. Some of the finest known examples of this quarter have been valued as high as $66,000. Top 7. The story of American coins is filled with designs that connect us to history, and few coins do this as powerfully as the 2011 Washington quarter honoring Gettysburg. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful quarters series, and it stands as a tribute to one of the most significant battlefields in American history. When this quarter was released, it immediately drew attention because of the weight of the story it carried. Gettysburg is not just a place, it is a symbol of sacrifice, struggle, and unity. To see this history captured on a small coin gave it a sense of importance beyond its face value. The reverse design of the coin depicts the Soldiers' National Monument, which stands within Gettysburg National Military Park. This monument was dedicated in 1869 and is the largest monument at the cemetery, marking the center of the Union lines during the battle. At the top of the monument stands a statue known as the Genius of Liberty, holding both a wreath of victory and a sword of battle. This imagery was carefully chosen to honor both the triumph and the cost of the Civil War. The coin's design captures this striking monument in fine detail. Around the base of the monument are figures that represent the different branches of the military: infantry, cavalry, artillery, and navy. Each one tells part of the story of the men who fought and sacrificed during the conflict. The quarter preserves this symbolism for future generations. The obverse of the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, tying this modern commemorative piece to the long legacy of the quarter dollar. Since 1932, Washington's image has served as a symbol of leadership and the nation's founding principles. Gettysburg itself holds a central place in American memory. The battle, fought in July 1863, was one of the turning points of the Civil War. It was here that Union forces repelled the Confederacy in one of the bloodiest battles ever fought on American soil. President Abraham Lincoln later visited Gettysburg to dedicate the cemetery where the soldiers' monument now stands. His Gettysburg address, delivered in just a few minutes, became one of the most powerful speeches in history, reminding Americans of the principles of liberty and equality. While featuring the soldiers' national monument on the coin, the design connects directly to Lincoln's words and to the broader meaning of the battle. This makes the Gettysburg quarter both a work of art and a piece of living history. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints in 2011, with additional proof and silver-proof versions produced at the San Francisco Mint. While millions were made, only a small fraction remain in pristine condition. Collectors prize these coins most when they are in mint state condition, untouched by circulation. High-grade examples certified by grading services can bring impressive premiums on the coin market. Error coins add another layer of intrigue. Examples struck with double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual minting flaws are rare and can dramatically increase a coin's value. For collectors, finding such a piece is like uncovering a hidden treasure. The proof versions of the Gettysburg quarter are especially admired. With frosted designs and mirrored backgrounds, they highlight every fine detail of the soldier's monument, making the coin feel more like a medal than simple currency. The silver-proof versions add even more beauty, with their rich luster and sharp strikes. Collectors often treasure these coins for both their metal content and their artistry. The Gettysburg quarter is not just about monetary value, it is about remembrance. It honors the soldiers who fought and died on that battlefield, and it reminds us of the ideals for which they struggled. For the people of Pennsylvania, the coin became a source of pride. Gettysburg is not only a state landmark but a national one, and seeing it featured on a circulating coin gave it recognition across the country. For historians, the coin is a teaching tool. It opens the door to discussions about the Civil War, Lincoln's speech, and the ongoing importance of unity in the American story. It turns an everyday object into a lesson in history. The quarter also speaks to the purpose of the America the Beautiful series itself. The program was designed to celebrate national parks and historic sites, and Gettysburg is both a park and a symbol of national memory. For casual collectors, finding a Gettysburg quarter in their pocket change is a special moment. Its design is bold and recognizable, sparking curiosity about the story it represents. For advanced collectors, the challenge lies in finding the finest possible examples. Perfectly struck Gettysburg quarters are rare, and these are the coins that draw the most interest at auctions and shows. Auction results have shown that high-grade examples can reach remarkable prices. Collectors value not only the coin's condition but also the powerful history that comes with it. The coin is also admired for its artistry. The engraving captures both the monument's grandeur and its symbolic depth, showing that even small coins can carry powerful messages. Over the years, coins like the Gettysburg quarter become harder to find in perfect shape. Circulation wears them down, and each scratch takes away from their value. This natural scarcity makes uncirculated and proof coins even more important to preserve. The Gettysburg quarter also connects to a broader theme in coin collecting: how coins can serve as storytellers. They allow us to hold history in our hands, and this coin tells the story of one of America's defining moments. For new collectors, the Gettysburg quarter can be a gateway into numismatics. Its powerful design and historical meaning often inspire people to start collecting and learning more about coins. For seasoned collectors, it is a centerpiece in the America the Beautiful series. Its combination of history, symbolism, and rarity ensures it will always hold a special place in collections. The Gettysburg quarter represents more than a battlefield. It represents sacrifice, freedom, and the nation's struggle to remain united. It is a reminder of the cost of liberty and the importance of preserving it for future generations. And while millions of these quarters were struck, the most exceptional examples, those preserved in flawless condition or with rare minting errors, can command extraordinary sums. Some of the finest known pieces of this coin have been valued at $77,000. Top 8. The world of coin collecting is full of treasures that tell stories of courage, history, and heritage. Among the coins from the America the Beautiful Quarters program, the 2017 George Rogers Clark Washington quarter is a remarkable piece that captures a moment of triumph during the American Revolutionary War. When this coin was released, it immediately struck a chord with collectors and history lovers. Its design was bold, dramatic, and unlike many other quarters that came before it. Instead of a landmark or a monument, this coin shows action, determination, and bravery. The reverse design depicts George Rogers Clark and his frontiersmen as they bravely approach Fort Sackville in 1779. The scene is filled with movement and intensity, making it one of the most striking and story-driven designs in the entire America the Beautiful series. Clark himself was a brilliant military leader whose victories helped expand American influence into the Northwest Territory. His daring march to capture Fort Sackville was a turning point in the Revolutionary War, and this coin immortalizes that heroic effort. And the design, Clark leads his men through icy waters, a reminder of the harsh conditions they faced. The soldiers' determination is evident in their stances, their weapons raised high, and their readiness to fight for independence. The obverse of the coin carries the traditional portrait of George Washington. This ties the story of America's founding to the enduring image of the nation's first president, creating continuity with the long history of the quarter. The George Rogers Clark National Historical Park, located in Vincennes, Indiana, was chosen to represent this story. The park preserves the memory of Clark's triumph and honors the men who risked everything for liberty. The inclusion of this park in the America the Beautiful series reminds us that history is not only written in books, it lives in the places and monuments that commemorate great struggles and victories. When the quarter was released in 2017, it was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, while proof and silver-proof versions were produced at the San Francisco Mint. These variations gave collectors many different options to enjoy. Though millions of coins entered circulation, not all are created equal. Coins that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition are especially desirable. These examples, free from scratches and wear, can command much higher values. Error coins add even more excitement to the story of this quarter. Some examples display misstrikes, double details, or other unusual features that make them rare finds in the numismatic community. Proof versions of the George Rogers Clark quarter are also highly admired. Their frosted figures and mirrored backgrounds highlight every detail, from the folds in the soldiers' clothing to the expressions of determination on their faces. Silver-proof versions are even more striking. Their bright, reflective surfaces and sharp details turn the coin into a miniature medal that collectors proudly showcase. The design itself is worth admiring. Unlike static images, it portrays movement and struggle, which is rare in coinage. It brings the Revolutionary War to life in a way that few coins manage to achieve. For Indiana, this quarter was a source of state pride. It honored one of the state's greatest historical figures and ensured that George Rogers Clark's name would be remembered by people across the nation. For collectors, the coin represents a unique blend of artistry and history. It tells a story of courage while also offering opportunities for rarity and value. Auction results show that high-grade examples of this coin have sold for impressive sums. Collectors who specialize in America the Beautiful quarters often place the George Rogers Clark design among their favorites. The quarter also serves as a teaching tool. It encourages conversations about the Revolutionary War, the challenges faced by early Americans, and the sacrifices made for freedom. For young collectors, finding this quarter in change can spark curiosity about history. The powerful design invites questions and inspires learning, making it an excellent coin for educational purposes. For seasoned numismatists, the coin's value lies not only in its beauty but also in its condition. Perfectly struck examples in high mint state grades are rare and always in demand. The America the Beautiful series was meant to connect Americans to their history and their national parks, and this quarter does exactly that. It transforms an important historical moment into a design that can be carried in your pocket. The coin also reflects the artistry of modern engraving. Capturing expressions, movement, and determination on such a small canvas is no small feat, yet this quarter achieves it brilliantly. As time passes, uncirculated examples become harder to find. Circulating coins pick up scratches, nicks, and wear, reducing their value and making untouched coins even more precious. The George Rogers Clark quarter reminds us that every coin tells a story. Some stories are about places, others about people, but this one is about both. It honors a man, his men, and their legendary victory. For many collectors, this quarter is more than just a piece of metal. It is a link to the spirit of the Revolutionary War, a reminder of the sacrifices that built the United States. The design stands out as one of the most dramatic of the America the Beautiful series. Its bold imagery ensures that it will always be remembered as a highlight of the program. Collectors continue to search for flawless examples, hoping to add one of the finest pieces to their collections. The rarity of such coins makes them treasures in the world of numismatics, and while the majority of these quarters are worth only their face value, the rarest examples, those preserved in perfect condition or struck with unique errors, can achieve remarkable prices. Some of the finest known examples of the George Rogers Clark quarter have been valued at $33,000. Top 9. The story of American coins is more than just metal and numbers. It is about the nation's history, its triumphs, and the people who shaped its destiny. The 2013 Perry's Victory Washington quarter is one such coin that captures a defining chapter in America's past and preserves it in a design admired by collectors everywhere. This quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that celebrated national parks and historic sites across all 50 states, territories, and the District of Columbia. Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial in Ohio was selected as one of the honorees in 2013, and the coin that followed carried a powerful message of both victory and unity. The reverse of the coin depicts a tall statue of Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry, one of the key figures in the War of 1812. Behind him rises the Grand Memorial Column, a structure built to commemorate his leadership during the Battle of Lake Erie and to celebrate the peace that followed between the United States, Canada, and Great Britain. Perry himself is shown standing proudly, sword at his side, his gaze firm. The image captures both strength and resolve, reminding viewers of the courage it took to secure victory on the waters of Lake Erie in 1813. The monument itself, which still stands in Put-in-Bay, Ohio, is among the tallest memorials in the United States. Rising more than 350 feet, it represents not only the triumph of Perry's fleet but also the importance of reconciliation and lasting peace. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, a constant feature on quarters since 1932. This balance of national identity on one side and state or historical pride on the other makes the series especially appealing. The selection of Perry's Victory as a subject was no accident. The Battle of Lake Erie was one of the most decisive naval encounters of the War of 1812, and Perry's victory ensured control of the lake, which was vital for supply routes and military strategy. Perry's famous words, "We have met the enemy and they are ours," remain etched in American history. This bold declaration of victory captures the spirit of determination that defined the era. The quarter immortalizes this spirit, making the coin not only a collectible but also a reminder of American resilience and courage in times of conflict. Released in 2013, the coin was struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, while proof and silver-proof versions were struck at the San Francisco Mint for collectors. Each version adds its own charm to the story of the design. For everyday people, finding a Perry's Victory quarter in circulation is a reminder of history at their fingertips. For collectors, however, The real treasures are the uncirculated, proof, and error varieties that carry significant value. Error coins are always a source of excitement. Some Perry's victory quarters show striking mistakes such as doubling or off-center images. These rare errors turn an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible. High-grade mint state examples are especially prized. Coins that have never seen circulation, free from scratches or blemishes, often become the highlight of collections and can command strong prices at auctions. Proof coins take the artistry even further. With frosted images and mirrored backgrounds, the details of Perry's statue and the towering column stand out with clarity and brilliance. Silver proof coins elevate this beauty even more, with their luminous finish and sharp design, making them favorites among serious collectors who value both artistry and precious metal content. The coin is not just about aesthetics, it also carries deep symbolic meaning. Perry's statue represents bravery and leadership, while the column rising behind him represents peace and remembrance, a balance of war and resolution. For the people of Ohio, the coin is a tribute to one of the state's most significant landmarks. It celebrates Ohio's role in national history and places one of its most iconic sites in the hands of people across the country. The quarter also highlights the dual nature of the America the Beautiful program, celebrating history while also encouraging people to visit the parks and memorials that keep that history alive. Collectors often admire this coin for its commanding design. The towering column and Perry's determined stance make it one of the most dramatic images in the entire series. Auction houses have seen strong bidding for high-grade examples of this quarter, as collectors compete for the finest pieces. These sales highlight the enduring interest in coins that combine beauty with history. For educators and parents, the Perry's Victory Quarter is a teaching tool. It sparks conversations about the War of 1812, the role of naval power in early America, and the importance of peace between nations. The coin also reflects the artistry of modern U.S. mint engravers, who successfully captured both a human figure and a massive monument in a design that fits onto the surface of a quarter. For new collectors, discovering this coin can be an exciting moment. Its bold design stands out in circulation, often inspiring people to set it aside and learn more about its history. For seasoned collectors, the thrill lies in tracking down the rarest versions, perfectly preserved examples, or unusual errors that set their collection apart. As time passes, uncirculated and proof examples of this coin will become harder to find, making those already preserved even more valuable. Coins in circulation will gradually wear down, reducing their appeal to collectors. The Perry's Victory Quarter is a reminder that coins are more than money. They are storytellers, educators, and pieces of art that preserve history for generations. It represents courage in the face of battle, victory against overwhelming odds, and the peace that followed. This balance makes it a uniquely meaningful addition to the America the Beautiful series, and while most Perry's Victory Quarters remain worth only their face value, the finest known examples, those preserved in flawless condition or struck with rare errors, have reached extraordinary values. Some of these coins have been valued at $73,000. Top 10. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is about survival, hard work, and the resilience of a nation's people. The 2015 Homestead Washington Quarter is one of those coins that not only reflects American history but also embodies the enduring spirit of its citizens. This quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which highlighted national parks and historic sites across the country. In 2015, one of the featured designs honored Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska. The Homestead Quarter pays tribute to one of the most important pieces of legislation in U.S. history, the Homestead Act of 1862. Signed by President Abraham Lincoln, this law gave pioneers the opportunity to claim and build lives on 160 acres of land. The Homestead Act transformed the American frontier, encouraging settlement, farming, and development across the plains. It opened doors for thousands of families who dreamed of owning land and starting anew. The coin's design captures this story beautifully. On the reverse, you see a simple yet powerful image of a home, symbolizing shelter, safety, and family. Surrounding the house are two stalks of corn, representing food and farming. At the base of the design is a water pump, a detail that reminds us how vital access to water was for survival and prosperity on the frontier. Without it, no homestead could thrive. Each element of the design carries meaning. The house stands for security, the corn stands for sustenance, and the pump stands for life. Together, they illustrate the core needs of every family who settled under the Homestead Act. The obverse of the coin remains consistent with the series, showing the familiar portrait of George Washington, first placed on the quarter in 1932. This blend of tradition and local history makes the coin even more special. The Homestead National Monument in Nebraska still stands today as a reminder of the courage of those who settled the frontier. It preserves the history of families who took on immense challenges to create new lives. The release of the Homestead Quarter in 2015 was not just a commemoration of a place but a celebration of a defining chapter in American history. It connects modern America to the struggles and triumphs of the past. For coin collectors, this quarter represents more than just a historical lesson. Its design is simple yet profound, making it one of the most memorable in the America the Beautiful series. Collectors are particularly interested in high-grade uncirculated examples, where the fine details of the house, corn, and pump remain sharp and untouched by wear. These coins stand out in displays and auction rooms. Proof versions of the Homestead Quarter bring even more beauty. With frosted images and mirrored backgrounds, they give the design a striking clarity that highlights every detail of the home and surrounding features. Silver proof versions elevate the design even further. The bright shine of silver enhances the contrast and adds an extra level of desirability for collectors who treasure both history and precious metal. But one of the most fascinating aspects of the Homestead Quarter lies in its error coins. These rare mistakes are incredibly sought after by collectors and can dramatically increase the value of a single coin. Some of the most famous errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and unusual markings. These rare variations are what turn an ordinary coin into a true treasure. In particular, a few Homestead Quarters gained attention for showing doubling on the water pump or unusual die clashes that created ghost-like images across the design. These became instant favorites among specialists. Because of these unique varieties, the Homestead Quarter has become one of the most talked about coins in the entire America the Beautiful program. Collectors continue to hunt through rolls and sets in hopes of finding one of these rarities. Auction records show that high-grade Homestead Quarters, especially those with dramatic errors, have sold for impressive sums, turning heads in the numismatic community. Even circulation finds can be exciting. Spotting a Homestead Quarter in pocket change often inspires people to learn more about its history and sometimes even start a collection. For educators and families, the coin becomes a tool for storytelling. It sparks conversations about pioneers, farming, and how land ownership changed the American landscape forever. The Homestead Quarter also honors Nebraska, a state often overlooked but deeply important to the nation's agricultural history. It gives Nebraska a proud place in the series of 56 designs. For those who value artistry, the clean lines and strong symbolism of this coin are truly admirable. It shows how powerful a simple design can be when it carries deep meaning. Over time, well-preserved examples of this coin will become harder to find, as circulation wears down the details. This makes uncirculated and proof versions even more valuable to collectors. The coin captures the essence of American determination. Just as families once built their lives from scratch on the frontier, the Homestead Quarter shows how small beginnings can grow into something enduring. It is a reminder of resilience, the importance of home, and the bond between land and people. Coins like this remind us that history is not just written in books but also carried in our pockets. For collectors, owning a Homestead Quarter is like holding a piece of that pioneer spirit, a small but powerful tribute to the struggles and victories of those who came before us. While most of these coins are worth only face value, a select few, those preserved in the highest grades or showing rare and dramatic errors, have been appraised at astonishing figures. Some examples of the 2015 Homestead Quarter have been valued at $60,000.